Welcome to the Tomes of Time! And the Timekeeper, here are my victims. I mean, players, especially with what we have planned for tonight, who will now introduce themselves, starting with my lovely, adorable fiance.
I am Null, a Nullamore on YouTube, TikTok, and America's Most Wanted. Um, and I play the party's barbarian, Niela Rokain, who has a tendency to go towards shiny objects and dead things.
You really need to be wearing the I'm not responsible for what happened in the UK shirt if you're gonna say America's Most Wanted.
Uh,
Better than Malibu's Most Wanted.
why would that make me
Great.
America's Most Wanted?
Great.
Extradition exists. We extradited a jerk who moved to the UK. We got him extradited back here to suffer for his crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Ain't no
and
diplomatic immunity for that.
no, Nicholas Rossi. Um. Anyways, your turn.
Hello there. I am the Black Doctor. Here on the Tones of Time, I play the illustrious cleric, life cleric, healer in a half shell, Donatello.
And back to me. I am, of course, the host, as always. Except for the last few months where we were radio silent, aside from me thinking we would have a game. Who can say where the road goes? Also, artist and author of books such as A House on the Sand, The Folly of King James Onlyism, and other ones that will come eventually when I get to talk to someone who's Ethiopian Orthodox. Anyways, this is the Tomes of Time. This has been well said. I just realized I've been looking at myself instead of my camera. And before we are reminded of where we last left our heroes, audience, picture, if you will, what happened, what started to happen before. But the picture in your mind zooms out and you see the storybook text. And you see the papyrus, not papyrus, you see the vellum being scraped away. And instead of the captain being written in, you see Donatello being rewritten in. As Donatello and Nella meet up on the street, on the place between districts, which they are now in the district of Brigand. And who can tell me where we last had left our heroes?
Well, for Donatello's part of the story, he was just recently interrogated, wasn't he?
That was a session or two ago where, yes, the two of you were brought in for questioning, but then that didn't pass. This is the day on which Lance is preparing a cart.
Right.
Wheels around.
Right. That makes sense. Well, that's all I got.
We did have some bit of a recap before, and I'll edit that. Probably bookended onto the first of this, and then do like a glitch rollback. Because. Anyways.
Yes. Life do be lifing.
Do be. Yes, moving forward. The two of you have commenced in the Brigand district as the hustle and bustle of fairly rich folk, and some who seem a bit nervous in the particular manner of one who has a clear craving that they need to satisfy, but are lower class, are all heading eastward towards the one end of the district, whereas at the west end is the prominent, propped up on a pavilioned hill, the estate of Brigand. At the other end is something you have not yet heard of. Doc, however, you might have heard of if you want to press where these people might be going, but I shall now turn over the game.
Donatello simply watches these people pass by, sort of leaning upon his staff, and he sorts of wonders where specifically they're going.
You may, if you want to investigate, you could either ask or you could roll a history check. Since 5th edition does not have streetwise.
That's a 7.
I wanna pull someone, maybe someone who looks a little lesser class, and ask them, where is all these people going?
A lesser class person.
What are you? Who are you? What do you want?
What is your name? What is your favorite color? You find a nervous kind of fidgeting with his own hands person who just kind of goes, oh, wow, yeah, it's about the time that some of us get off work, and, well, the casino is open 24/7, so I'm making my way there to see if I can make it big for once.
What is a casino?
What's it? You're funny! And he walks away.
I didn't tell a joke.
Dianella, a casino is a place where people gamble. Basically, where they spend money on the off chance that they end up making money.
Interesting.
It is a place of scum and villainy.
You never find. You remember Lance once saying, you'll never find them, a wretched heart. Would be an older Lance.
Exactly.
You remember an older things.
But it seems they are getting a lot more popular than I would expect them to be, especially with the cathedral so close by. I think this might warrant some investigation, no?
Would it be interesting to see this custom?
Casino, but possibly. Why not?
I love, in my notes, this is literally called the casino filler episode.
Right. Well, then I suppose that we shall be on our way. I wonder what prizes they might have in store. Who knows, Ella? Maybe you might win something.
So you make your way eastwards through the district of Brigand with its bank and high estate, high class, Luton, Nanny, whatever. The words for poshness, but from the American camp. And you make your way then almost in a mirror of how the estate is upon a pavilion hill. You come to another, very much like the Canto Bight Casino of The Last Jedi. One of the few good things about that movie. This very fine establishment, I believe last time I described it, it somehow has neon-esque lights saying Brigand Casino. And it is indeed where this procession of people, it's not an unnatural procession of people. It's not like everyone in the district is drawn like there's some sort of weird spell. It's just clearly that you happen to be here at that time of the day where there's this contingent of people almost like at a convention who are like, time to go throw away money. So it's like it's regular traffic. There is traffic going the opposite way, but
He sorts of leans. These poor, unfortunate souls, spending as much money as they could just to, on the off chance of gaining more. Doesn't the great Pale Lord not say you cannot serve two masters?
is Brigand even a Palorian family?
That is a good question.
That's a good question. What day of the week is it? It's been so long that I have lost track of what day of the week it is.
I just realized that Hephaestus might be in there.
Oh my goodness.
What, the god of smithing?
Hephaestus!
Hephaestus. Jorge's dad!
Where is my little tip that shows what day we're on? It's not Winter's Death. That's too late in the year.
Hephaestus, your legs are back.
My legs are flicked.
Ah, my bones!
It is about midday of Tuesday, the 11th of Villan.
People here get off work at noon. I wish.
Well, you know, some people, it's probably like a lunch shift, basically, like a extended lunch.
Oh, time to take my 30 minutes.
People, you would conclude for the poor people, it's probably an extended lunch. For the rich people, they probably don't have to work effectively.
If there was a casino around here, and I was able, I would take my 30-minute break at a casino. I would take my 30-minute break at a Dave & Buster's, which is effectively the same thing in modern day.
That'd be much more effective for us at my old job, where we had like a 45-minute lunch break. Anyways.
You guys have lunch breaks?
Now that I have remembered where we are in the universe. So yeah. Do you go to Barovia?
Nebraska?
Nebraska?
Do you enter the casino?
Yes.
Are they checking? Can Nella see if they're like checking people's bags and belongings or something?
Roll a perception, either perception or investigation check, whichever you prefer. You're both straining to see at this distance and trying to investigate, so whichever you want to do.
I'm also marginally shorter than most people, but I have a 19.
You're also shorter than my mind's eye says you are, yes.
I'm like 4'9", 4'8".
Yeah, my mind's eye, you're tall.
Yeah.
I am incredibly tall. I can also see.
Okay. Nella, you perceive that at the door they are stopping people and checking something, but you can't make out why. Donatello, your turtle eyes see. Can tell that they're doing just a basic check to make sure one, the age of people, and then they are having people check just open their coin purse to make sure that they're
it's not fake money.
Yeah, and they're checking over, making sure that they're not bringing in weapons to the establishment.
Nice.
Well, I guess I can't go.
How old are you, Nella?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Nella has her axe and hammer.
Ah. Well.
Sorry, you were about to say something.
Well, I mean, it could be recommended that you leave your weapons outside.
So you also have you have Techno with you, right, Nella?
I do. Would it be that much of a very short detour if Nella just went to the tavern very quickly? Are they still at the tavern, or have they already gotten a wagon to go?
You don't know.
Of course, that's why she's asking.
Your current understanding, different people went different directions, unless I said otherwise, in which case I'm not retconning right now, I'm misremembering. Different people went different ways. Lance specifically went by himself to get the wagons, is my understanding. I don't remember what I had the captain of the guard doing.
Deacon.
He may be checking in with the local authorities or something, just giving updates on his investigations. Perhaps he's perhaps at the postmaster sending a letter home, or to wherever to basically give the update of his investigations. You're not sure. Deacon would be getting supplies. Deacon would be getting supplies for the journey as your resident cook.
We could leave him with Deacon.
I was about to say, how quickly could I hunt down Deacon?
It would be a very high DC investigation check.
Could it be survival? Because I'm hunting. Nella's a hunter. She's made to track.
It's still going to be a high DC.
Okay, but I can use survival?
It would take an hour in-game.
I mean, the casino's open 24/7. It's the middle of the day.
If you want to take the time to look for Deacon, I will allow it. I'm doing the Brennan Lee Mulligan thing and telling you this is not an easy thing you're wanting to do.
I got a 24. Do I find the cat?
I got a 24. Do I find the nice cat, please?
After exactly 46 minutes, you do locate him a district down.
Awesome.
in the food market. He has this lovely little. There's kind of a on your way in. You notice there's this lovely little section where they have basically like personal carts that you can like rent out for like it's like a gold and you get the gold back if you bring it back. And Deacon just has his cart and there's just assorted supplies in there. Currently, you see the most recent he's added is like. Tomatoes and apples.
Gross. Red food.
He's currently looking over a street vendor of onions.
Are they red onions? Anyway, Nella's gonna go up and kind of tap him on the shoulder.
Oh, hello.
I need you to watch my things for me.
And my things. I have a mace.
Things? You have a lot of things. Which things?
Axe, hammer, bag.
Mace.
So you're taking Techno with you to the casino?
I'm gonna try.
Gotcha. He sets the onions down. They're regular white onions. Over layers. Okay, fine. Okay. And he puts them in sort of the kitty section of the cart.
Nella's gonna kind of like lean closer. Just so you know, and don't freak out later. There is a decomposing head in my bag. Keep it there, okay?
Okay, for me, Deacon heard you. What did you say?
There is a decomposing head in my bag. Keep it there.
There's a what?
Shh.
What? What? No, I heard you, but what? I'm trying to channel Antonio Banderas.
It's fine.
I
can see it.
You in trouble?
Not actively. Please.
These onions are 5 silver. May I have 5 silver? And we'll call it.
Give me for money.
Can I just give him a gold piece?
He'll take it if you offer it. Yes.
Yeah, I'll just give him like a gold piece because I don't want to do math right now.
If you don't want it, give it back.
Good enough. And he slams down the coin and scoops up four onions.
Thank you. We're going to a casino.
Oh, Be careful in there. It's a good place to lose your money.
I like. Okay.
By the way, you realize he with the prices you see written on the cart and the transaction that just happened, he bought 10 silvers worth of onions
For 2?
for 4.
For 4.
These are like really good onions.
Sure. Okay. I gave him the money. It's his now legally. I can't do anything about it.
He's got a point. Now, are you ready to give up the rest of your money at the casino?
I don't plan to.
No one
It's
ever plans to
midday. It's
lose
more
money at the casino.
afternoon, by the way, especially now that it's been almost an hour searching for Deacon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, Nella. No one ever plans to lose money when they're at the casino. Unfortunately, that's what mostly happens.
Do you think it will happen to you?
You assume that I'm going to spend money.
Then why would I?
Because you want to take it an experience. I'd love to see what happens with you.
You want to get experience. If only this weren't a milestone campaign.
Point taken, sir. Wait a second. Who said that?
I mean, hey, the casino episode could be a milestone. Anyways.
That's true. So why don't we go and explore? Maybe you can find good food, win a few prizes, lose all the money. Who knows?
Let's go
Anything. Let's go gambling.
I can't stop winning.
Oh, that's the audio. Aw, dang. So you make your way back in about, gosh, how does distance work? I'll say 15 minutes.
Okay.
Back to the line. Although now you're not. You've been almost kind of, sort of, maybe 5 or 10 minutes from the front in the line before. Now you're a little longer. But after a while, as twilight falls over Valen, the mighty city, as you are a few spaces ahead of the door, and you can see now clearly, fully, that they check, they make sure that you're not a kid, they make sure that you have coin, and they make sure that you have no weapons. And if they have weapons, it's not that they kick you out, it's just they ask that you can hear the conversation now. It's like, we'll have to hold these until you leave. And for Doc, because I think we've gotten this far before to describe, these are not regular Crown's guards. These are, or Empire guards. These are, brigand, hippo people, GIF, in Royal Navy attire. Blunderbusses at their sides.
I sort of look at them up and down. Sirs.
Sir? Oh, father. Hello, as you've now moved into the queue, into their maintenance. And I thought the nuns wore more.
She is not a nun. I am simply accompanying her to this establishment.
Ah, I see. Better than most accountability partners people bring into this establishment. May we please see your coin purses?
So be it. And he shows his coin purse.
Good. Not pyrite.
How could you tell just by... Oh, okay.
It's when you do it long enough, you just know.
Understandable.
It's a very long training process, actually. Very good benefits. Dental. Very important.
Ah,
They
it's
have
good to hear
dentists.
they have dental.
Yes. You have to take care of vision stuff yourself, but that's fine normally. It's a very tactile job.
Hmm.
You don't have any weapons on you?
No, I do not believe so. I believe we left them with others.
Okay, well, as you have stated that now, that is now legally binding, and if you do pull out any weapons, you will be thrown in prison.
Donatello just slightly leaning on his like walking cane / crozier.
So yeah, they're sort of like swinging. What's the word I'm looking for? It's one of those tourney doors
Mm,
with the partitions.
yeah.
And he just kind of waves you in as the other guard grabs off the velvet rail that was holding it off as you are
Mm,
led into the Brigand Casino.
Oregon.
And I can now do a number of things. Oh boy. I should have had a certain someone help me with the new UI for this website.
I can now do a lot of things, including.
Null, how do I bring up the maps again? Now?
So I can't do that from here.
Oh, I figured it out. Never mind. They moved it from being a whole like bar to just a little button.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Okay. And then y'all are I liked the old players are here banner where it actually had more banner instead of just like a little gold cloth.
Interesting.
mm.
This is all we can see when we enter?
This is all you see from the entrance.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I just realized technically I meant for this to be an internal cash checking. Actually, no, this is still a terminal that you're coming to, like a little kiosk where you can get like casino chips.
Mhm.
Really quick, I want to bring this up for the whole audience to see if you have just exited out of Roll20 instead of clicking on the tab. Thank you.
I hope they don't have any lotus flowers in here. That would be
No,
awesome.
I clicked out. Wait, no, I clicked out of the. Sorry, I goofed up. I clicked out of something else and thought that's what that was. How do I
Oh
share?
no, I think we should be fine, Nilla. As long as we greet this place with open arms, I think we shall be fine.
Don't share audio. Share. Charmander Chun. Yes, we find ourselves here.
Nice.
Pull back up. Come on. Oh wait, no, that shows my whole thing. Wait, no, don't look at anything. Don't read anything. Wait, how do I undo this? How do I stop sharing? I'm sorry.
What are you talking
No,
about?
could you please share your screen? I'm sorry. I forgot how we do this because it's been like half a year.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just
Give
looking at
me a
roll 20.
second.
Okay.
It's like
Well,
some
while she's working that out, Doc, could you give a very brief gospel break while some of us do maintenance?
Yeah, of course. So, what is we haven't had one of these in a while? What is the reason why we do these things here at the Tones of Time? Well, of course, the simple reason is because we want to give this an opportunity to give the gospel. And the gospel is simply this: that God created the world, and He created the world good, and created it in order for us humans to have a relationship with God. God intends to express Himself through the means of His creatures. Unfortunately, we suck. And so we've basically messed it up. We've sinned against God. We've disobeyed his commandments, and therefore God is meet and right to judge us. But he doesn't intend to judge us. He intends in order to satisfy both his righteousness and his mercy. And he does that through the way of the cross. Jesus Christ, who is truly God and truly man, God himself comes down and makes a way so that humans can be with God again. He lives a perfect life, which none of us could ever live. We, being unjust people, have to have merit in order to stand in front of a holy God, but we can't do it by ourselves because we're tainted with sin. Christ, who is sinless, obtains that merit for us. And also, there is a punishment that we must pay because the wages of sin is death. And therefore, Christ also takes that punishment upon himself on our behalf. He dies upon the cross. But because he is just and he is right, he has done no wrong. And the death that he has died for others and not for himself. God accepts his sacrifice and raises him up from the dead. And therefore, Christ rules and reigns in heaven and invites all to come to him in repentance and faith. So if you believe in him, trust in him that his sacrifice was done on your behalf, you will be saved and you'll live with God forever. That's the gospel. Perfect timing.
Brought to you by the Toes of Time.
And now the weather.
And again, you can find and now
It's raining sideways.
Dun, 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 because we can only use Kevin MacLeod music and or Tom Lehrer and or our own music. Anyways, and also I'll just say, as we normally do with these breaks, you can find these people at their own platforms. Noel has her YouTube channel, Noel Moore, where she does a Journey Through Nero, an amazing podcast where we both, amazing D&D game, life game where we both play in. That's no tale, come on, and Resident Drunk.
Pretty much.
And he is the illustrious Balgroth the Dark, who is also now Balgroth the Dead. Which makes sense because in Pokemon Archetypes, you can also find him at various platforms. I have lost track of where he is with stuff.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the works.
TikTok at the Black Doctor 21. Sorry, Black Doctor 21. I don't think there's a definite article on there.
Nah.
He does. I don't think he has a book yet, but when he does, we're going to be promoting that on this as well.
Once I actually get time to write. I wrote a thesis, though, so I could actually print that.
Yeah. We could also probably very easily write, like, a paired book together about something, like, I don't know, BHIs or something. At least I need you as an editor to make sure I don't say anything that could be misconstrued as racist.
Right. What is, I don't know, what do I call that? A racial consultant?
Race relations consultant.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways. PR aside. The curtains reopen on this impromptu break as, you enter the casino, you come to the counter where it, talks about the coin conversion rates. I just realized I put zero thought into this, but I forgot about how tokens work. Very quickly, just gonna jot down.
Don't worry, it's like Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh no, I would have done that. So the conversion rates say, copper is a green token, silver is, or no, it doesn't even do copper. Never mind. Copper is not even an option. Silver is red tokens, gold is yellow tokens, and platinum is blue tokens.
Okay.
Cool. So, you gonna give anything?
I'll do 5 gold for 5 yellow tokens.
Right? You receive 5 yellow tokens.
Donatello is sort of slightly gripping his staff, sort of reserved about whether or not to even give anything. So at the moment, he's just going to watch Noah.
The young secretarian GIF woman kind of just paws at her chin as you don't interact with her. Just kind of nods you on your.
And he sort of nods back at her. Ma'am. So where would you like to head first?
As you make your way past the kiosk, you can put at least one of your tokens or both of them on the board to kind of figure out where you are in the casino. I need to approve you sharing this. It says device not connected.
It's probably
wait. Sorry, there's more. Sorry, I'm not used to, because my computer is here. There's like more going on. I'm sorry, that was my confusion. I'm sorry. Can I edit how big this screen is? Can I bring this down? I can't. Oh, what can I do here? Can I recombobulate how these just are? Oh, I can. Sorry, 1 second. I'm gonna edit this out later. I'm making this. What? Take a minute to update. That's not good. Up here.
I have a structured annuity and I need cash now.
Oh, JJ, at first
877 cash now.
they've helped thousands to help you too.
Oh, that's terrible. That's great.
Oh no, but I selected that. Why don't you go to that? You silly machine. There we go. This should be a little better for the audience.
Oh, that's neat. I like this layout.
Alright. So, yes, sorry, back to the thing. As we move into the main area.
I was about to say Mayberry.
You basically now see the whole thing.
Golf.
Ooh.
There's different stuff. There's golf. There's a sign to a bowling alley, and then there's something up the stairs directly ahead that just says racing. And then, Nella, you instantly recognize the very kitschy, cartoony designs of pig features around the words racing. There's also, directly to your left is a food and drink bar. And this isn't a label. There's a set of rudimentary gnomish tech slot machines at the end of these dining tables.
Well, where would you like to go, Nella? The world is your oyster here. I don't necessarily like oysters, but,
I don't like oysters either.
well, the world is ripe for the taking. Where would you like to go? Bowling, racing, golf?
What are these things? Um, the
Today's
only word I
find out.
recognize, the only word I recognize is racing. So I suppose we should start there.
Oh, there we go. Allons-y. Where did I even learn that word from?
Alonzo, Alonzo. As you go into the racing area, the stairs go up, but then they dip down into this pitted area, where there are these runs. Nella, if you could scroll up a little on the map, so they can see it just a little better. There's this track basically, and as you see, indeed, people are racing and betting and huddled around. And now that you're in the vicinity, you can hear the commotion about pig racing.
Hmm.
Currently, they're on the hog circuit, but you see on the chalkboard. Next is the runt races.
Uh, what is this? The only racing I've generally really heard of is kart racing, but this is pig racing.
There's a elven, butlery but not Alfric looking man comes up to you. He goes, newcomers, would you like to place a bet upon the pig racing?
First, I want Nella's going to kind of. So, are there pigs running currently?
Currently, there are elder hog type pigs racing. And as you're processing, the elf has time to take you from his periphery to actually looking at you, and he is just looking at you like if he doesn't have a cigarette in his mouth. If he did, his jaw would drop and it would fall out, like the guy from Atlanta, Journey to Atlantis, Disney.
I understood that reference.
Nella is going to try and perceive if these pigs are in any pain.
Some of it's a mixed bag. Roll an insight check as you're getting the general vibe of this den.
Mm.
Do you want to try it with advantage?
With advantage?
If you want to.
Yeah.
Roll if you want to.
What's like the shadiest scenario that Nella has been?
That she knows of?
Yeah, just like really simply.
Aside
Aside from dealing with these blokes that you're traveling.
She knows stories of child Lanalans getting stolen by other shipfarers, and she's under the assumption it's because they get sold.
Yeah, this seems like that kind of very, very seedy underground goings on, where on the surface, this is just here. This is just an establishment. People can like bring their animals here and race them for prize money if they win. There are definitely some of the hogs, especially the really old ones, because it's mostly the older crowd, have scar marks on them. Some of them have the marks of devices. None of them are wearing devices. They're actually completely bare, aside from handkerchiefs marking who they belong to by like color and initial. But you can tell while forward-facing to the authorities, this is fine. There's a sick side of this industry. So you would conclude they're not being abused by the actual paid establishment, but there are pigs that are definitely abused by their owners to prepare them for this.
Hmm.
She is going to look kind of side-eyeing more than like straight on looking at the guy that came up to them. Why are my kin being paraded away in their abuse for your entertainment?
Kind of blinks for a solid moment and just goes, I'm not sure what you're talking about. We allow contestants to bring in their pigs as is. We offer shelter, and we put them out on the track and race them. If you'd like, he notices Techna, as Techna's kind of ing around. And goes, if you'd like to enter yours, the runt races are in 5 minutes. Pretty decent prize money. A lot of people love seeing the little guys win.
Visibly, I think Donatello would be able to tell. Nella is trying she has like her eyes closed and is trying to calm herself down from punching this man.
Donatello hurriedly runs to Nella and places his hand on her shoulder and looks dead eyed at the man. Sir, with all due respect, I don't think you should be saying that. It seems it is absolutely clear that some of the animals here are being abused. Not here in this establishment, but period. Why have you guys not done anything about this? Where is the justice?
I'm afraid that's not my jurisdiction.
Then
If
who
you'd like to lodge a complaint, you've already seen the front desk. If you'd like to bet or enter into the race, it's very low charge, actually.
What does the racing pit look like?
It's fine. It's a very basic dirt track that just kind of goes around. Uh, there are obstacles, but they're not dangerous.
Okay.
Basically, this establishment keeps its nose clean. It doesn't care whether or not the contestants are keeping their nose clean. Other than, like, you can tell, there's nothing visibly on the animals currently. Like, there's no pad with a pin in their hind leg causing them fright to make them go faster, kind of thing.
Is the guy talking to me in charge, or is there like a judge or some person down there?
You get the feeling he's basically just the doorman taking initial bets or entries, that he's not actually the ringleader of this section.
Can I tell who is if they're there?
As you look, yes, there are people watching over the track and like writing down things and calling another guy beside them calling out stuff.
I'll enter.
Very well, that'll be a 5 yellow token fee to enter into the race. Betting has already begun. Betting goes throughout the day as long as the category has been announced. The current pot for the piglet category is 500 yellow tokens.
Okay.
You have a very big thing to overcome, though. Almost all of it's on. He leans in and goes, "Will."
Ugh. Ew. She just kind of hands him the 4 yellow tokens.
Perfect. And what shall I put down your entry for?
Like a name?
Yes. Or call sign, or however you want to.
Techna.
Perfect. She will be up against 4 other contestants at this current venture. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. There are also specialty races after midnight that are normally 1-on-1. If you want to come back later. Those have higher prize money because the house fronts 500 stock, and then it's whatever is betted on top of that. But yes, if I may handle your pig, you may accompany me to the handling center if you like. I assure you this establishment keeps as clean as it can. There will be a nice vat of mud and a nice, well-stocked pig trough for he, she,
She.
for her.
Donatello is just following, just sort of gripping his staff in indignation.
Again, you may accompany if you wish to her.
I will.
Okay. He leads you into sort of the back room where there's a lot of. Instantly, you're hit with a cacophony of not pained, just generalized pig existing noises of like
Incredible.
grunts and all sorts of sound. It's kind of considerate of agedness. The oldest pigs are at the forefront of the center, and Tekna is taken actually to the middle of it. And beyond that is the more middle-aged pigs. Would you like her in the communal pen or a private pen?
Communal.
Communal, okay. He sets her down in sort of this middle area where there is a giant water fountain-esque trough of slop with a concentric circle of water. And around the outer ring of the pen is just a moat of mud. And a skylight that comes through sort of a stained glass window of the symbol of House Brigand. Lets in UV. As there are indeed 4 other pigs in there, piglets in there, kind of sniveling around. Actually, sorry, there's 10, but 4 of them are runs. Now 5, including Tekna. They're just kind of sniveling around. Tekna kind of turns around and sits and looks at you with a cocked head.
Is that guy still there?
He sort of is, as he's operating socially as your chauffeur back here.
Okay.
And Tekna is just looking at you.
Nella is going to. She's gonna lean down to Tekna and just kind of start petting her head. And she's going to whisper to where the other 2 won't hear, and kind of in her language.
In Lanam.
Yeah. You run fast. You run strong. And you will always win.
With every stanza of your statement, she does kind of a and You're taken aback. There's a level. She's responded to you before when you've talked to her. But whenever you've talked to her in Lenaland, there's like this extra level of her recognition of whatever you're saying.
Anella is gonna end it by saying, when you pass the finish line, run under the seats.
Under the seats.
Where people are sitting, I assume, the stands.
Yeah. She again gives the and the attendant is still there. It's, so unfortunately, we already have a T monogrammed tie for that piglet over there, and he shows you sort of a brown one with white splotches that is currently devouring its portion of the trough. Would you like a different initial to be on its yours bandana?
What is that one's name?
Tiberius.
Then he can have the letter B.
Pardon?
Mirage.
He can have the letter B.
You're saying, I'm sorry, so you're saying Tekna can have, or?
No, Tiberius can have the letter B.
I'm sorry, the initial has already been claimed.
N.
N? Okay, yes. He scribbles some. Good. What color would you like the handkerchief to be?
Gold.
Gold. Yes. Gold. Okay. Good. You may go back to the observation deck, to the track, and oh goodness, 2 minutes left until your prize, Piglet, gets to race. Oh, would you like to place any bets?
No.
As you return, I need to really quickly come up with a roster for who's in this race. I'm sorry.
In this corner.
Y'all can take a brief recess while I do that. Write back myself, and then we will resume the game. All right.
Here comes the sun. Doo 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 doo. Here comes the sun, and I see.
You go.
Just to let you know, I probably got about a half hour.
Okay.
Do we think the pig's gonna win? Is it gonna be like an episode of Babe? That'll do, pig. That'll do.
I'll do, pig. I'll do.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
In the last 2 minutes, you see the chalkboard updater, making some markings. You see Tekna is now entered in as the last entry for the runt races. And in the last 30 seconds, you see a bet placed for 666 gold.
Oof.
Hmm.
And as the last 30 seconds concludes, the hogs are taken back to the stable, and you hear a sound of young piglet grunts as the four are let to run at their own leisure out of the pen through the manifold onto the tract, and they are placed in by gnomish handlers, very gently, very kindly, and affixed with their appropriate already affixed with their appropriate bandanas. You see as they're being put into place, and the announcer yells out with the little cone megaphone. Up first, we have reigning brigand champion Wilbur, as everyone claps, and you see the pig with the piglet with a silver bandana that because it's a runt, it covers its entire back, being perked up by the curly tail. This silver bandana actually glistening on some parts in the light, with the simple symbol of House Brigand showing that it is the champion, as you conclude from the other race you'd seen. And you know from the board it has 300 bet on it. Next, Tiberius! You see the piglet that you saw at the trough with its blue bandana and the T on it. And on the board, 50 has been bet on it. Next up, almost phasing out for his age, Ed. This one has a pink bandana. He's well fed. And there's 100 bet on him.
My mom took off the stairs because I'm grounded.
And next to last, this young one has been around with us a little while. Let's see if he'll make some money this time. It's Bacon! With a red bandana with an S on it, but it's as close as it can while still reading as an S, stylized to look kind of like a strip of bacon.
Wow.
He has 50 gold bet on him. And up and coming from out of nowhere, it's Tekna! And there's a little cheering. There's one definite clap, but it sounds like it's from a different room, pointedly. And you still see, as her gold bandana is upon her with the N, the 666 gold prize.
666.
A gnome, which again, in this world, gnomes are like a foot tall, is like their equivalent to a 6'1" man.
Mm.
Kind of comes out on the track with little wavy flags. It kind of just waves around, and then the announcer goes, "The race will begin in 3, 2, 1," as the slots open and the pigs run. Nella, would you? How are we gonna do this? I didn't think about actually how to mechanically do this.
I manifest it.
No, don't say that.
Why?
Don't say that.
I mean, I could just cast command and go win.
Cast Bane on all the other ones.
Bane on all the others.
If you're all in charge.
Nella, I want you to roll. We'll roll sort of a animal handling check for the 3 circuits of this race, with the implication of this is how well Tekna's skill has improved with your working.
I cast bless, which gives her advantage, I think. Let me check.
It adds like a D4, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's her skill in this race is reflective of how your interactions with her.
Okay.
So that'll be. Actually, we'll go circuit by circuit. So that'll be 1 animal handling check, and I'll describe, and then we'll do 2 more that I'll describe afterwards.
Okay. So animal handling?
Yes.
So
you can
wait,
disadvantage
before we do that, I was gonna personal question, or at least mental question. What do you think would be better, guidance or bless? Because bless is just a D4.
You get the feeling from this whole vibe.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I'm thinking I'm being stupid. Go ahead.
Okay. You feel like you're going to want to be as subtle as you can about casting in general here.
Yeah, so probably just casting guidance by touching Nella.
Actually, Nella is going to like kind of put her hand on your arm. She can do this on her own.
Alrighty then. Good.
You try to cast you try to cast bless, but the creature is unwilling. Nella or Tekna tries in the first circuit of the race. They go around, and Wilbur, out of the gate, is shooting 6 lengths ahead of all of the others, and most of the others are fairly on level with Tekna. But Tekna, by the end of the first circuit, does pull behind. And they reset. You get from the setup now that you've watched it a little bit, that how they do it is, it's a basic, a giant U that kind of goes around a little. It's a little wider on the bottom, more like an outline of a bottle. And at the very end, there's a gate that is either lifted, but then on the final lap is lowered so that they stop and can be handled. And when it's up, they just circle back through. And it's like the pod race; it's just a continuous circuit. And so as they enter the second circuit, would you roll another animal handling check? Again,
can I also?
Yeah.
Can I tell, or can I check to see if Wilbur has anything done to him?
An investigation check with disadvantage because most of his body is covered by the silver bandana. You can't tell, but you, as we go into the second circuit, the course changes slightly. The obstacles most of the obstacles are on just a basic turntable with a central pivot, and so they're swapped from one side to another. And this trips up every piglet except for Wilbur, Bacon, and Techna. And so Techna pulls into third place at the end of the second circuit. And the bets are changed at this point. As the gate actually comes down before the third circuit.
Okay.
And now Wilbur's pot has gone up to 500. Tiberius's pot has gone up to 100. Ed's has remained the same. Bacon's has gone up to 100. And Techna's has remained the same.
Okay.
There's a quick recess while Wade staff goes around and refills drinks. Would any of you like to place bets?
No.
No. Do I sense any suspicious activity going on in this race?
How would you like to try to sense any suspicious activity? You could look for it with investigation, or intuit it with insight, or perhaps some other means. You do have, I believe you have, what's it called? It's been too long. Oh no. The spell where you just see evil.
Yeah, no, that's my. You're thinking of another campaign.
You don't have that here?
Nope.
You did.
Nah, but I could use one of my inspirations for an insight. I mean, to reroll insight, but is an 11 okay?
Do you want to try insight? You also, as a party, you have a free inspiration per day from Itzilkut the Stone.
Yeah. I used my I used the group inspiration and it got up to a 25. What do I see?
All right. What are you searching for again?
Just anything suspicious, anything malicious, nefarious of the sort.
As you kind of move around to get a better look at everything, because looking at the curly-tailed end of runt piglets only tells you so much about the full picture of a pig. As you kind of shimmy your way through the crowd, you notice there's something slightly off about Wilbur. His eyes somehow seem wider than all the others. And he's constantly sort of licking at his lips.
Oh my god, they drugged the pig.
And you do conclude that it seems like he's hyped up on something.
Oh my
god. I go to the nearest authority.
Okay, you find a guard.
I go to the guard and I say, excuse me, sir.
Oh, yes.
I want to check on the status on one of the pigs in the race.
You suspect there is foul play afoot?
Indeed, I do.
Oh, good heavens! And he takes you to the prime one of the handlers, the handler section, and whispers something down to the gnome, and he kind of goes over and checks and comes back and says, "Everything's fine."
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Have
the
you?
Brigand kind of looks at you and shrugs. If you'd like to take this to the judges, we can.
I do.
He kind of nods as the gnome looks kind of nervous. He takes you to the three gift judges as they are violently eating everything from kebabs to melon to whole melon, and all sorts of things in between. There's a roast pig that one of them is just not using utensils, just devouring.
I say, sort of leaning on my staff. Greetings. I would like you to investigate the physical status of one of the pigs in this race. I sense highly that there is foul play afoot.
The one eating the melon finishes, dabbing his mouth vaguely with the handkerchief. And what kind of foul play do you suspect exactly?
One of the pigs seems to be in a heightened physical state, as if somebody has been, as if the pig has been drugged.
Drugged? Oh, good heavens! No, that would be very unfair. Yes. Announcer boy, go and investigate immediately. And the one who's been calling out gets shoved over by the judge. He goes, oh, okay. Hi. Okay. Show me the pig, please.
He points to Wilbur.
Oh, Wilbur. Okay. Can he kind of eyes the guard with you, and he kind of just gets close and whispers, you're gonna have to make a big stink at the front desk, because people here are paid off.
So is that to me or to the guard?
He's saying that to you.
Oh. So specifically at the front desk?
Yes. It's just like pretend you're working for like the guard or something. They're real accepting of bribes, but they're also really scared about crackdowns. So you just got to make a big stink up there. Otherwise, back here it just it's all being handled by people who are paid off.
Corruption everywhere. I knew it. And then the scene sort of like cuts from the conversation that he's having to immediately a sound starts coming from, down that hall, and it reached closer into the front desk, saying, "This is an outrage! This is ridiculous! How dare they!"
Stamping your pain. I won't stand for this.
I won't take this anymore. I cannot stand this corruption anymore. This is a sin. This is a crime against pay law.
What's the meme? This is democracy manifest.
This, my friends, is democracy manifest. Get your hands off my staff!
You reach the front desk
as a succulent pig race.
You reach the front desk, which, counter to my drawing, is more of a circular protective barrier. As the clerk kind of turns around and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. How may I help you?"
Your pigs in this race are literally being drugged to win. This entire casino is filled with corruption, and I will not stand for this. I am a member of the church.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have a town's guard on staff who can look at it right away if you like, but I'm afraid the circuit will probably close by then.
No!
Okay. And she picks up a sending stone and mutters something into it. Nella, where are you?
I'm still watching.
Okay. Well, this commotion is being handled with...
Like, super quick. You said earlier that we heard a clapping coming from, like, somewhere else. Could I try and figure out the direction exactly?
You can, but you're getting the feeling as you're thinking about that if you leave this room, the next circuit will commence without you being there.
I don't want to leave. I just want to know the direction.
It's outside the room. Beyond that, the way it filters through the door, you're not sure.
Okay. I'll stay.
Well, what do you do next, T-Man?
As Donatello is rightfully caroning the staff,
Causing a
uh,
stink.
maliciously complying with the lackey with the blowhorn.
Mhm.
The second circuit begins. As Nella, would you please make a final animal handling check?
Uh-oh.
Something went wrong.
As the gate opens once again and the track has changed, something new has happened. Things have been swapped out entirely. Before it was just a simple switch over. Now things are different. There's a whole pool of very viscous mud that they have to jump over in the center of the train. They all go around. Bacon just is far behind everyone this time. Ed is almost keeping up with Nella until he trips and just skids in the dirt for a bit and just stays there. Did I say Techna
You
or
did.
Nella? Okay, good. Techna is almost neck and neck with the others, but as they all jump over the mud pit, um, Tiberius is just not good enough and falls into the mud. And now Wilbur and Techna are neck and neck as they're running. Techna is like acknowledging and almost trying to nip at Wilbur, but Wilbur is completely unfazed even when Techna gets a full bite on his tail. And she bites onto the handkerchief as Wilbur gets a little burst and pulls forward, pulling it off to reveal what everyone can see is a very scarred back of track marks, needle track marks. And Wilbur just kind of comes to this point a quarter way to the track where his eyes kind of return to normal and his body stops this quake that you just now realize he's had this whole time, and he just kind of looks around and slumps over. Still breathing, but just slumps over as Techno leaps over him and bolts it the last yard into the finish line. As a cacophony of cries, of boos and applause, and every emotion under the sun rings out as Doc finally re-enters with the regular Towns Guard. And money is being thrown. Literal drinks are being thrown at people as everyone's just rioting about what's going on, and the announcer just goes, "No wins the pot." Um, and yeah, Docky, you start ending up having to follow the guard to examine the pig, which he quickly says, "Yeah, he's drugged." Puts him over his shoulder, pats him, gives him a little treat.
Donatello actually, he walks to the animal and casts cure wounds on him to heal the track wounds, or at least to where they're still noticeable. So we still have evidence of the cheating, but that it doesn't hurt him.
The fresh ones you see glow, and they don't disappear, but the actual section of the dermis that goes into the critical tissues heals over. as you took care to impart intention into the healing.
Mhm.
Normally, divine magic will completely heal the tissue to where there's no scarring, versus arcane magic, which does not do such a luxury.
And so I pat the pig on the head before it's carried off.
It seems more content after your mote of warmth has washed over. As the owner now, you assume for Wilbur comes over with a tabard. Like, since t-shirts don't exist, he has like a crusader-esque tabard that just has like a picture of a happy pig and the name Wilbur written on it, like number 1. And he's like, "What is going on? Why my pig? Why? What is going on? You should have won. What did you do? Your pig pulled off the handkerchief of my pig."
I
Getting up
literally
in your face, Nella.
2 things. Did Techna run off the stage off somewhere?
She's trying to, but the divot into the track is just enough that she's trying her hardest, but it's just too high for her.
Can she go around? Or is it like the whole thing is like sunk?
Like I said, it's the final circuit, so the gate is closed, and it's like recessed in the room.
How much would I have to roll to give Techna the idea to make a pile of dirt really quick and use that to jump up?
Or how about I just use my mage hand to help push her up?
Can you do it discreetly?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Since
Nella
I'm already down there.
Nella is going to shove the man away from her.
A runt can be lifted. A runt piglet can be lifted by mage hand. It is under 5 pounds.
Cool.
Nice.
She's gonna shove him away, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'm gonna use my my mage hand, my almighty push to push him up.
As Techna does one final attempt, push it, the kind of, I don't know if is your mage hand visible, or are you having it be invisible?
No, I'm being discreet. It's invisible this time.
This kind of active camo form of a hand kind of lifts her the rest of the way as she runs into the audience.
And after Nella pushes him away, she's gonna say, "My pig has run off. I'm going to go get him." And she walks past him.
You make your way to the judges who are counting money.
Is that where Techna went?
Techna is. Oh, you're going after Techna?
Well, where did she run off to specifically?
She is just kind of running through the audience area right now. She's not sure exactly where to.
Okay.
Everywhere seems like where you described.
She is going to pick up Techna while she's walking through the crowd and kind of use the crowd cover a little bit and her shortness to find the room where that clapping was coming from.
That would be out of the area. So you get the idea now that you should be collecting your prize money?
I don't want the prize money. I want to find the clapping.
I'm gonna go collect the prize money then.
Okay.
The turtle can get it.
You make your way into the main room. We'll handle the final part in this partition of the chamber first.
Okay.
Donatello, you make your way up the counter as they hand over a bag of I want a number between 4 and 10 from each of you, Doc.
7.
Mm-hmm.
6.5.
A round number.
9.
Donatello, you're handed a bag, and the person hands it to you says, from the betting, with partials in between, you have earned 1,479 gold in various tokens. Congratulations.
Thank you. But that also does not include the actual, abuse that went on with these animals during this race.
Pardon?
I want financial compensation for the pigs and mental health.
Yes, literally. Literally,
Um,
literally, when it's bad enough for our pig to win the race, it's even worse when a pig wins a rigged race.
are, are you the legal counsel of the owner of this run?
Yes.
He's the godfather.
I
Of the
I
pig.
see. He kind of slides you a business card. Here is the contact information of our legal office. You can get in contact with them. I am just paid to judge this race. I am going for martinis, and he shoves back from the table and walks away. Uh,
Delantel sighs and rolls his eyes. Ah, this is why you do not serve the great Palor and Mammon. And he goes off to find Nella.
all right. As the both of you exit the main chamber into the roulette chamber, uh, you'd have to make an investigation check to maybe guess who might have done the clapping. It's very difficult because your only clue is that it was someone outside the room, so you'd kind of just want to sweep for uh,
Yeah,
familiar.
tell you what.
I'm intent.
I'm tall, but I can't see nothing. You're dedicated.
I am a tracker. I track things. I'm a
Um,
particularly good finder.
as you're looking around, you make your way to uh, the sort of the eating area near the slot machines. You see a very familiar man, the man in red with the red hair, the goatee from the red curly hair and the goatee from a few places. You've seen him now, but you remember him as the card dealer who showed you interesting things at the backmost top table on this map by the slots.
Hmm.
Wow.
She's gonna go up to him and sit next to him.
He gives a smile and looks at you. Why, hello. I'm glad of you to join me. How was the race?
Who are you?
Cut the pleasantries. Stick
That
to
is Donnie.
business.
Is Donnie coming along?
Yes.
Ah! Hello there. Hmm.
Who are you and state your
No,
business?
I don't suppose you would be game for another round of cards like before.
I look at him with hesitation, slightly taking a step back.
I will.
Hmm. Uh, sorry, I gotta find the last time I did this. I should have done a little more planning than I thought I needed to.
What is it? Who are you? What do you want?
Style. Wow. Uh, um, Alright, 1 second. Processing. A loading screen comes up. Blown Void Productions. Or sorry, it's just a spinning token of like a very basic drawing of the timekeeper.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Where's that from? That's from How It's Made.
Nella. He pulls out a few cards. The first is a tree with vast roots, to which he says, Yggdrasil, yours is a primal cat, with which you will soon be reacquainted on a spiritual level.
Hmm.
And he puts down the next. Sorry, having to process this on the fly. It says the void. Yes. The void. You will be going to unknown regions in your future. And the final one is a very rudimentary circlet of people holding hands. And it says family. Oh. Someone must love you very much. In a very basic way. Did she win?
Yes.
Good. Not that it matters if I misspent my money. Father, are you sure you don't want a reading?
He rolls his eyes slightly. Fine.
Would you like to know your future anyway?
The Great Palor holds it. Yet, let's see what you can come up with.
I see in you, Jaffa. Jaffa? There's different ways to pronounce a J. I see a homecoming. I see fish people. And I see the land that tortures your nightmares. I'd say sorry, but I'm gentle. See.
We'll see who's sorry.
Oh, believe me, I know my place. I'm just trying to have as much fun as I can before I get there.
He looks at him with just whether it's godly or ungodly hatred. The man can't necessarily tell, but he just glares at him as he turns and walks away. Come, Nella.
Didn't answer my question.
I'm sorry. What was your question?
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm a man of many names. Some have called me Shaitan, Diabol, the God. Someone painted me. You may have seen likeness.
No, let's leave before this place collapses upon itself.
Just like Johann. I didn't really need to give that kook he was running away from much push, actually. He was already a little nuts.
If you don't talk normally, I am going to stab you with a pen.
Enjoy your money. And enjoy the casino. Seriously, this isn't my establishment. I'm just here.
No wonder we expect to find you here.
He just shuffles his cards.
And Donatello just mumbles and walks away. The clank of his crozier just is the only thing heard from him as he begins to walk away.
Nella, you would get entertainment out of the slot machines. They are gnomish tech.
Don't know either of those words.
You put in a little money, you crank the lever, and if you get 3 of the same thing, you get more money.
No, what? I don't understand that practice at all.
It's gambling. It's what you just did. Except instead of betting on something you know, you're betting on something you don't. Either it comes up the same thing 3 times in a row in the slots, or it doesn't.
I didn't put my money up to be stolen to put Tekna in that race. I put Tekna in that race so that I could have an excuse to do something specific.
I see. Everyone's on a quest these days.
Do you know things?
Do I know things? I pick up a thing or two going about the earth.
Are all the brigands in this building?
Oh, not right now. One of them is.
Which one?
Oh, you haven't met him. His name is Anthony. He's Hephaestus' younger brother. About 20, acts like he's 17, but he's been put in charge when other people aren't around.
Where is he?
Of the office, but you won't be allowed back there. Tell you what, you stick to the high seas, and you'll see Hephaestus again, and he will love you. I mean,
Will you do something for me?
pardon?
Will you do something for me?
Oh, it depends. What's in it for me?
You were there when we killed that obnoxious man the other night.
Yeah.
You know what I did to him after that?
Yes, I do.
Can you move that prize to Anthony's desk?
You want me to put the head on his desk?
Yes.
I'll make a simple deal with you once. You got me Shemyaza through that. I've been trying to get him back in my place for a while. Ever since what he did in the beginning, in the Age of Aeons. So you did something for me, so I'll do something for you. Sure. It's as good as done. But the next time you need something from me, it will require something.
I will not need something from you again.
We'll see about that. If you need me, just ask for Lucy, okay?
I really don't like the way you speak to me. Goodbye. And she walks back to find Donnie.
Ta-ta! And, yeah. This is kind of the DM being like, hey, there's a fun thing with the slot machines.
Hmm.
I don't have any of the tokens left. I just have the actual...
No, the prize money is in tokens.
Yeah. How much money did we get, by the way?
1,470. I went away from there because I was looking up stuff.
You want to
1,479.
You want to split that in half? Ish.
Great. Now you gotta make me do math.
I can divide it. Hold on.
So, and they're in assorted tokens. That's the GP value is 1,479. The slot machine takes
740.
My math is we each get 738.
Yeah.
The slot machine takes 2 silver or 2 blue tokens.
I don't want to do more math. I just did division.
Nobody said there'd be math.
I don't.
I invited y'all to a D&D campaign. There's gonna be math.
I just did actual division on my piece of paper here. I haven't done actual division on a piece of paper since like college.
Was it long division?
No, I don't think so. What constitutes as long division?
That's when you do the stupid stable image over it.
Is that just not division? I was taught that's just how to do division, is you use the little box thing.
I never learned I never understood how to actually do it from that. Neurotypicals are weird.
I mean, I thought it was a decent... Anyway.
I don't understand it. Anyways.
Sure, I'll try the slot, but I want to do one that's away from...
Okay, you do the farthest machine from him. You put in your token, you pull the crank, and it rolls around. And would you please roll for me? 3 1d6s.
So, if I fail, am I gonna get punched in the face? Why did it do that? God, I thought that would work, man.
That's...
Ugh. So 5, 2, and 6. I don't know why this didn't work. I thought that would work.
Okay. So the first spinner stops, and it's a mug of beer. What was the next number?
2.
It stops, and it's a kobold head. And the third one?
6.
It stops, and it's a watchful eye.
Oh God.
You specifically, does Nella know about Zito at all?
She wouldn't know. Well, from her time period, she would know the name and some of the imagery, but not the whole thing about him.
She just categorizes this as that imagery.
Okay.
Would you like to play? Would you like to play again?
No. Sure.
Okay, you put
Can
in
I
two.
just for my own enjoyment, this doesn't have to be, I don't know. Can she put the coins in? She picks up Techna and uses Techna to like pull the lever down.
You find it's light enough that just her roughly 2.5 pounds of weight pulls down the thing.
Wow.
And it settles on if you would roll your 3.
Five, 2, 4.
I was about to say if it does the same thing over again.
I would have died.
5, 2, 4. It's again the mug of beer. Again the beheaded kobold. But this time the final symbol lands on the Pelorian symbol.
Is she able to like? How many times has she seen that? Does Donnie like wear a symbol of it?
He
Okay.
probably, yeah. He also, I don't know, he would have access to a pendant of the House Lorelei that he went to war specifically under. I don't know if he wears that at all.
I still wear it.
Which all of the house symbols from Valen do also incorporate Pelor's symbol in some way. It's like all of the variant crosses. Lorelei specifically, I don't have the sketchbook on me, but when I'm editing Steven, put the Lorelei symbol on the screen. I believe it's a lambda with the under curve of the Pelorian symbol. Are you done? Or do you want to try again?
How many? Hold on, I have not been keeping track. That was 4 silver I used.
This has been 4 silver at this point. Yes.
Why do we have silver? I thought we had the yellow pieces.
Basically it's a gold every 10 tries.
Yeah.
So did I put in a gold?
You can't put in a gold. It only takes silver at a time. It only takes silver tokens at a time. You're currently using house money in tokens that represent silver.
When did we get those, though?
From the betting.
We got the betting winnings in gold tokens.
I told you their gold value. I said they were in assorted tokens.
Okay. So I used 4. I'll use another.
Oh, that's just me. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll just do it one more time.
Okay. Let's see what the final is. If we can at least get through all of the little icons, I'll be happy. Here, before you do that, I'm going to post something so I have a better divider. Okay, 1. 5 again. Please reroll that 5.
Okay.
I'm going to have another 5. The rules are going to break just a little. And the 6. We're not doing repeats. Redo the 6 as well.
Okay, so 1. I've already done 4 as well. So what are my other options, Chief?
No whammies.
The other numbers? We haven't gotten like
5. That.
Okay, the 5 is good because you already have a 5. Wait, okay. I goofed myself. Okay. Tell me what you've rolled and I'll tell you the results.
Which ones do you want to take? The first one was a 1, and then you told me to re-roll twice. And then you said this one wasn't good again. So
The ones I told you to reroll were the 5 and the 6. So I think that resulted in a 4 and a 4?
I think so.
Sure.
Okay. So the 1 is a laughing gif head or a brigand.
Ew. Ew.
And then you just get 2 holy symbols. On another slot machine, as you're turning away, you notice there's what must be option 3, which is dynamite.
Cool.
Boom.
So do you make your way out of the casino?
Yes, and she's going to keep an ear out for any calamity.
There is a lot of talk between the guard, which now you see more towns guard have come in as you're heading towards the front desk, and you transaction the money. You've spent 6 silver out of 1 of the gold, meaning your total that you get back is going to be 1,478 gold and 4 silver.
Okay, I'll just say that it was from my half. So now I have 738 and 4 silver.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so that just means I have like 700 and what is it? 40?
38,
38. Cool.
along with whatever you had before, I guess.
Yeah. 738 gold.
Oh no, my math was wrong.
Oh.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Hey, I'm not complaining. This literally covers my shield.
Yeah.
And as you leave, I thought you already paid that off. And
Yeah, I did.
And as you leave the casino, the curtains come to a close, and we will end this session for now. Thank you for playing. Thank you for being able to be here. I wish you and yours well, Doc. Hopefully, we'll be able to reconvene fortnightly again.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
Until next time, thank you for watching. What's my outro? Until next time, have a good night. God bless.